Last season, we finished in 4th place in the Svensken, and finally, 6 weeks after the league season finished, we actually have our budgets. I generally thought for a second it was going to be like a bug that I wasn't going to get them, but no, we got them the same day we got the sponsorship income. So I'm going to show you the money we've been given for next season to spend. But first and foremost, we actually got hit by a tax of about 60,000, and we're facing a tax bill of around 60,000 for the upcoming financial year based on the financial records, because we made about a taxable profit of £276,000, which good to see that is the case. Club membership fee income has been announced as well. We received about £32.73,000. And if you look at the finance we have now, we've now got £376,000. And 222,000 of that was from the sponsorship. So it's good that we have the money, but unfortunately, we now have to compete against some of the other teams in our division. Rosengard, surprisingly, a second. They actually were a team I got linked with because they let their manager go, or the manager left. I have to double check which one that was the case for, but we are now in 10th place with the sponsorship income, but we've still got £2.3 million to catch up for BK Hacken's account, because that is a lot of money they are making. Also, I'm just wanted to double check what was happened. Their first manager got sacked. Their last manager has gone to Norrköping, the men's team. So kind of interesting that's happened. And that was the only reason he left. So clearly it wasn't like he had been bad or anything. And he's probably the first manager to do what I'm thinking of doing in this save. And that is managing both the men's and women's team for the same club. So it's interesting he's done that. And if I have the opportunity after I win the Women's Champions League, because that is kind of the dream at this point, win the Women's Champions League and then take on Umeå as the next team, or Umeå as the men's team. So it'd be good to see that going. But I got linked to this role that he has left, and it was interesting to see what was going on there. We also got a new scouting budget of 9.5 grand. We don't get a lot of scouting budgets, and our board has given us 8.25 grand a week. I might have already shown you by accident how much we have at wages, but we barely have any extra bit of money to spend on the wages. I will probably need to sell a player or two to get that up and to boost the finances in that regard. So it's not ideal when that is the case, really, is it? So, yeah. In fact, the club membership fee actually shows you how much we're spending now. We've only got another 200 odd pounds left in that. We've got no debts. We've got nothing to worry about. Honestly, the fact we got this much money tells me that we should be able to afford more things. But the fact we've only got another £256 a week is a bit frustrating. So, do I need to start selling players? That's my main question now. I think I might need to. Most of the players that aren't good enough, and I may have already made a mistake in the wages side of things. And when I say the wages side of things, it's not like I've had a bad time. Julia Hogan, remember when I said I was going to look at potentially keeping her at the club? Well, apparently she's now, I've asked the backroom teams, like, should we keep her? They outright said no. She does straight big matches. That's actually will be a reason for me to get rid of her, I'm honest with you. So, yeah, she's only good enough for the second tier. I will need to get rid of her, and it makes sense to do so. I'm actually going to tell her now, I'm going to release you at the end of the contract, and that's that. Julian Eklund, we did release as well, so that's a bit of money freed up. But honestly, I did give a player a new contract, and when I did, the team were a bit thinking, well, why did you give Thea Backstrom a new contract? Yes, I gave Thea a new contract. The backroom team pretty much said, well, that's kind of stupid. Apparently, she's only got potentially a second tier player in the future. I can easily just get rid of some players as well. I can probably make money from her, given she's worth between 12 to 16,000, or I could send her out on loan. I haven't decided yet. But yes, I actually am trying to get a new goalkeeper. It's a top priority for me to do so at this point. But Adelaide Serafino is the person I'm looking at getting right now. The fact that Vaxshow is also looking at her is probably a testament that maybe she's a good player for this division. I don't know. I need to get all the attributes scouted properly before I make the decision. I tried to sign someone else, but she asked for about £430 a week. I can't afford that. And that was before my finances were even given to me. My budgets were even given to me. So not the best of times. And if you look at my contracts and my wages right now, £400 is easily the highest we're paying. I still don't know what these clocks and the colors represent still, which is a bit annoying. Also, I still can't give Goldman a new contract. I've tried. I've even asked, and she's still waiting to fulfill the promise. Yeah, I did have that promise. Remember I said that promise of 170,000? Nobody came in for her. So I might sell Isabel Goldman because she's in the last year of a contract, and she's looking to say, well, I'm refusing to sign a new contract. So do I just ask the agent to sell? I have to figure this out. I would be very happy to get that money for her because we can put it into wages and go from there. Even if she was a good player last year, she is not a player that I feel like we can't live without, because I could definitely get replacements if we get better finances. And given that Hannah Lehman is kind of tells me that, yeah, we can probably afford to make some calls. I mean, she's on less money and she's quite good now, isn't she? What a signing Hannah ended up becoming. And that was just for half a season. So I think if I can find more players like Hannah, we are in for a very, very exciting time in the future. Especially with the finance she has now. That's good. We need to make more signings like Hannah. Also, I am going to start doing this. This might come back to bite me, but I'm going to do it. See if I can get any incidents or situations. That being said, Frida, she's actually a second tier player now. Cool. She's definitely a second tier player now at this point, according to the backroom team. So, we could definitely do some damage. She got an agent. Okay, we're interested. 130, yeah, we could do that. I'll get my director of football to negotiate that. Oh, yeah, that's the thing. I need to get everyone to give new contracts. Okay, she wants to... she's unhappy. Cool. Okay. I'm going to go back. She's the first player to be upset by that, by the way. She's also on a part-time contract. I'm actually going to say, look, we're only looking for the right price. No interest right now. I mean, she's not upset by that. But the fact she was upset by the fact that I was reducing her to another playing role is interesting. We might need to get a new assistant. Can I get a new assistant manager? I should actually do that. I'm going to do it off camera, though. So let's actually try and get some new people in. Let's try and sign you. This isn't going to go well, is it? We did get a boost of reputation, which is nice. I don't know how much that places us in this structure, though. So let's find out. So we're only the 11th biggest club in the country now, reputation-wise, which is still awkward, but we also can't give people new contracts, wages-wise, and the staff side of things, which is very annoying, to say the least, at the moment. It feels like we're being held back massively at the moment. I don't even know what staff members are being given contract-wise in the other teams, really. I mean, look at the wages that they can give. Apparently, why is it that the staff in their teams want a lot less than what we're being asked for? I don't understand. That's actually kind of annoying, if I'm honest with you. That they can give just 430 quid, but yet we're being asked to give like 500 quid. What is up with this? Honestly, so stupid, man. I've also figured, I don't know how I've messed this up, by the way. It's very awkward that I've managed to completely break this. But okay. Also, if I was to try and give Oscar Frey a new contract, I wouldn't be able to give him a new contract, would I? No. I could give him a new contract, but he would probably ask for a bit too much money. He would be okay with that. Alright. At least we got something, I suppose. Also, Holgrim's left the club, which is fine. Serafina does not look like as good as I hoped she would be. So, we are looking at the season review. We were, unsurprisingly, the overachievers, given we were in 4th place. Only expected to get into 13th place. That's good. However, were the underachievers, given that they only finished below us in the end. So that's good. And now, season review, season stuff is happening. The tick over has also happened. So expectations, group stage. We're all in the Swedish Cup group stage. Last year we got to the final of relegation playoffs. I'm okay with that. Now, you need to give me a bit more than that, honestly. We are making good money though. So this is the first time we've got this high of a financial benefit here. I really want to be able to say, can I get more money to work with? Because we've got a lot of money now to work with as far as I'm concerned compared to what we started with, which is nice. I just wish we can give more staff wages though, because then no one's going to have time for me otherwise. That being said, new season's ticked over. We are expected to finish in 12th. So actually not as bad as I feel it was going to be. Our main rivals are predicted to be rock bottom. The team that came off as champions is expected to be in 11th place. So I don't think we're in a bad position. We can linger around the bottom half of views and be okay with that, and it'll be fine, really. It is nice to be able to say we are down here and we don't actually feel like we're going to struggle so much. So hopefully we can keep this going in the very near future. Still 3-star team though. Okay, we're going to try and show you why I couldn't send Anna lead. And it was, she want to be an important player, but I don't want to pay more than what she's asking for now. So I kind of want to say the most I want to give is about £350. I'm willing to give her this other stuff though, if I'm honest with you. Maybe get rid of that. 350. She says 460. Let's go 370 now. 400. Okay, 400 is what she's willing to go for. So 400 is the most I'm willing to go for financially for this situation. And I think she'd be a good goalkeeper for the level we're at. And I feel like that if we were to say as a goalkeeper, never mind, I'm going to cancel this. She doesn't like big matches. I know it sounds harsh to say cancel because of that. I might still do that. I don't know. But she's consistent. I need to really compare her. If I compare her to Maya, for example. And you'll see why I'm interested in getting Lee Tin. She's much better in the goalkeeping averages. She's around average, but probably better in the physical averages. And honestly, Maya might need to be let go if we decide to sign her for the £400 a week thing. But off the ball, it's not much difference, but it's still enough of a difference. But she's definitely better than the mental side of things as too. 3 years difference. And Maya could be available to be sold after this point in time, so who knows? I'm going to wait until we get the full confirmation about the other players, though. And also, Lee might just turn me down anyway, regardless. So let's see how we go. There's a few people who got a 5% increase. Is okay. It's not ideal, is it? Oh, that didn't make a massive difference. Okay, so we actually are okay despite all those increases in wages, so it's not like we're in a bad position at all. Okay. Oh, okay. So, good news. Managed to convince the board to increase the transfer retention revenue percentage of 50%. Is it bad that I don't know where that was or where that is? Where do I even find this? This is terrible. I'm actually trying to remember where this is. Okay, so we are going to be replacing Christian Gustafsson in the end as a chief scout with Oscar Frey, and you can see why we're doing it. He's much better in every area of the game. So I might have found a player that actually fits my idea, what I'm looking for, and it's Brenda Vega, Mexican youngster playing for club Necaxa. And I don't know how to say her name, but she looks like a very decent player for the level. Would admittedly only be considered a second tier player, but while she needs to learn the language, we could potentially bring her in. She's very interested in a loan bid, and I've already looked into bringing her in, and we will not have to pay any wages, so it's a good sign, really. And I think this is what we're going to do. We're going to make this offer, and we will have an option to buy for 5.5 grand. It's cheaper than a quarter, and I think we can do it. So let's go with this now. But the only reason we even got this is literally I made a requirements recommendation, and she came up, so it's kind of nice, actually. And now we've got Amanda Wolf as well, who another player that could be a player we could use, another centre-back at Bromma. She is wanted on a transfer. If I was to try and bring her in, again, no wages required, would have an option to buy for a mandatory fee. So that's why I'm not going to go for her. But I'm getting these options that I can just bring her in. It's very useful. Oh, now, hello. Suddenly, another player's come up. And we're going to actually do something a bit different with you, Emma. We're going to give you a trial of 2 weeks. See if we can bring you in and how far we can go over this situation. And also, Sofina would not be good enough for the team. She would actually be a worse goalkeeper. So it would not be worth our time bringing her in on a permanent basis. So we are going to let her trial get terminated. Lee is actually available to sign. So this is a promising situation. We can actually get a new goalkeeper. We do need a new goalkeeper as far as I'm concerned. And we could either sell Maya or send her out on loan. And also, we got Emma officially with us now. She's a 3.5-star accountability player. Decent player for this division. Could become a good player. Doesn't enjoy big matches. That's an issue. This is why we wanted to do this. Elite is going to sign. And we can do a good job, I think, with this one. Yeah, Lee is a much better goalkeeper compared to Maya. That is a big difference. Best goalkeeper we've had so far in this save, and that says a lot. Also, the fact we signed the goalkeeper immediately makes us go up 1 or 2 places. That's kind of ridiculous when you think about it. Clearly, he's a goalkeeper that we really needed to do. Decided to try and reduce Maya's playing time. She's not happy, and I'm just going to say, look, there's a lot of competition. I want to distribute it. This is not going to go well. She's not happy about it because we have Leet now. And quite frankly, Maya is not going to be happy. She's not good enough to be an important player if she's only a leading player for the second division. I'm sorry. She's not good enough compared to the new goalkeeper we just brought in. It's simple as that. And we've got Vega going to sign for us on a loan as well. A good start to our transfer window. Alright, I've actually managed to convince Marisa Garcia to sign for us on loan for 5 months. I don't know how this is going to work. I also don't know how good she's going to be compared to the other players, but a channel forward who looks like she can be really useful. Only 20, is being paid quite a bit of money for her Madrid. Her contract also expires in 6 months, so this could be her make or break spell on loan for look of things. She's also only 4'11". Now we've got £434,000 in the bank, which means I really do need to get the wages increased soon. Especially now that I've managed to convince another player to sign for us, Megan Zapata, 20 years of age. I don't know much about her, but I couldn't really scout her much either. The flair's good, the work rate's good, the free kick taking's good, stamina's good, balance is good, technique's good. I might be about to regret this. I'm going to take a risk. It's not a huge amount of money we're paying for her, to be fair. 110 to 180 pounds a week. So let's sit out and see how good she is. Oh, she's worth it. She is worth the money we're paying her. Regular starter too, by the way. And a very good player for this division. £140 a week. Worth between 55 and 70,000 pounds already. This is a good start. We're also going to send Tilda Alessia Norbert out on loan again. This time to Eskilstuna United. She's a third-tier player who could play in the second tier. So that's good. Let's confirm this and send her out on loan. We're also trying to see if Maya can be sold or sent out on loan to people. Sevilla have rejected the opportunity to sign her. I think the money she's on, I have to get her out at this point. She's on a bit too much money and has not been very good in the league in the last couple of years. I mean, look at the league form. A 6.62 average rating, 3 clean sheets in 22 matches. I had to move her. I had to move on from her. And I think we need to potentially sell or loan her out. It's one of the 2 options we have to do right now. Look at the season preview. We actually got up to 10th place now as a result of that new signing. And we've also let some players go on loan. Why is Robertson? Something's wrong. Why is Robertson on the left back position here? Something's wrong. There is a bit of an issue here, I think. Good news. She's no longer concerned about her playing time. I think she realizes that she's not going to be in the first team plans, at least a starter going into this season. I've also been busy in the transfer market. We're now about to sign Angela Beard. She's a left back who I hope will do good things for us. And I'm excited to see what she can do with the team. We've actually had a loan offer for Budderson, which is not what I was expecting, but I'm also not upset by that. They play a similar style to us as well, which is going to be good. And they're in the second tier. This is good. This is a really good offer. I'm going to accept it. Oh my god, this is actually very reasonable. What an opportunity this could be. We can convince Salvador to sign for us. I'm not going to be upset with this star player thing. This is an opportunity. I'm not turning this down. I'm going to hurt my finances so big time with this. Good lord. We are now up again. I think Beard's signing has actually helped us look even better than before. It's kind of fascinating to see where we're going from here and how much has changed. I mean, the players in is not the same. It's 2 years ago at this point, but having gone into the next position, the fact we are getting some really good talented players for what we were getting them for is honestly fascinating to me. All right, so Bartison's going to go out on loan. Cool. AIK have made a bid for Salvador as well. We really hope we can get her in. It'd be amazing if we can get her in though. Okay, this is a big moment for us. We've actually convinced Salvador to sign for us. What a deal. Generally could not believe we've actually done this, but this might be my best player so far on the wings. So hopefully this comes back to show that I made a good call, even if she's a right-footed player. But there you go. Happy days. What a move. So far, we've made a few moves and more than I was expecting, if I'm honest with you. And I'm kind of happy with the bits we've done so far, if I have to be completely blunt and honest with you. So the moves we've made so far has been Anna Lee for goalkeeper. I need a new goalkeeper. My goalkeeper last year was not particularly impressive, and she's a bit of an upgrade from what we had before. And it's very good to say the least. Brenda Vega is in on loan. She has suffered an injury, which is going to keep her out for 3 to 5 weeks. She just suffered it 2 days ago, so that's not ideal. Feels like an upgrade of what we had last year in certain areas, so she's going to be competing for the first team spots. Marissa Garcia is in on loan from Real Madrid. Not something I was expecting to be able to say, but it's happened. She's wanted the end of her contract by Real Betis, so it is one of those things that we may only have her for half a year anyway, so it's not the end of the world. She's on a half a season contract because that's when her contract expires at Real Madrid, so we have a few things to work on here. Megan Zapata was a bit of a punt I took, but honestly, for a free transfer, she feels like a very good player, and she can definitely grow to become a great prospect. The fact we're only paying £140 a week for her means that when we decide to make a sale or two in midfield, we probably have some placements already lined up, which is great. I'm looking at Goldman's desire to leave for this example. Angela Beard has signed for us as a left back, 29 years of age, Filipino. It makes sense that we decide to bring her in. Yes, she's literally from the Philippines, by the way. Don't know where they are expected to be. I actually didn't realize they're one of the higher teams in the women's games, so was much better than I was expecting. But yeah, Angela Beard must have a second nationality, right? She must have a second nationality, given that she's from the Philippines. I don't know what the second nationality is. Australia. Okay, I figured it out. Yeah, Australia. Makes sense. Good for her, I suppose. But perhaps the best signing we've made so far is Isa Salvador. Didn't think we can get this one over the line. Wasn't exactly planning on getting a right winger, but when I realized that she was available and we can get her, it makes sense to bring her in. Can play on both flanks, can play up front, can play as a right back too, if we really needed her to. So this feels like a very, very good signing and gives us a lot more options than I was expecting. The fact she's only being paid £290 a week means that I potentially could have done a lot better some of my other deals. But there you go. We are still looking at some other players, and Latifa Abdu is apparently the best player we have at the squad right now while on trial. I like the look of what I see so far. I'm going to wait until I see more of the attributes before I really commit to anything. Apparently, I've asked the agent already how much they'll be wanting. It's not a lot of money, so I could potentially bring her in, a player who's been in both France and Canada for the last couple of years. I don't want to commit right now because the wages do not look healthy. I'm overspending by £800 right now, so that is a issue. But that being said, looking at the season preview, we're now expected to be in 9th place, which is very good. The fact that Mittinen is on the right-hand side, Beard is in the left-back position, Madsen is expected to be back as centre-back alongside Becker, Leeton goal, Nygrim, Lemon, and Goldman midfield. Larson, Salvador, and Garcia at the front three is kind of fascinating. I've not made a huge difference in my squads. I've still not spent a single penny on a player so far because I've not had the funds to do so. This is all on free transfers so far. And despite the fact we're overpaying our wages by £800, there's some room to grow here. I'm really excited to see what we can do in the process of this longer term. that being said, I am going to end things on this. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I hope you guys will like and share this video, and that you subscribe to the channel. It really does help me a lot. But anyway, until next time, goodbye, and well, good night.